Yes.
By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here?
Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Babalese embassy today.
And why are police guarding an embassy?
Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu, they called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu for these past 7 years, it was more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me.
Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again. Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands.
Sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even pack noodle pack. But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't be able to buy even packet noodles anymore.
Let's look just to get used to eating water. But probably from the park, because I don't think you could afford plumbing. So a victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it.
Nico? Whoa.
Want to try again?
Nope. It's always hard for me to do Francisca. You know this. Takes me 7 minutes of baffling before I do it poorly and then insist that we continue until I figure it out. And every time it's just slightly worse than the last time, you know. I truly can't even. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and say it normally, and then eventually it'll come back. You know how I am.
Manny Cochin, I heard he was a very admirable person.
Okay. Okay. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in washing his back. What? Why would you? What? He was stabbed from behind. He should have washed his back. Like, that was like some shade. Jeez.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room? Won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. I'm gonna come back to these nooks and crannies. So yeah, that guy's an ambassador though? Like, wasn't he also part of the smuggling ring? That's sketchy. The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling.
Nope, it fell from the floor.
Oh, no.
A ceiling fan? What does one of those do?
Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one's ceiling.
Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept.
Detective Gumshoe, in the real world we close our eyes when we sleep. Did he just sleep with his eyes open? I'm impressed.
Who is this? Me?
Oh no, this is me, but what the heck did I vote to a voice for? Because this is a national treasure. Can I... That's not what I did. What did I do? Do you remember what I did?
I don't.
Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. But there's a possibility that it's related to the murder. Would you two agree?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we have some solid proof.
Suppose I don't have a choice here, I'll see something out loud. This must be one of the Prima Duck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
Miles Edgeworth!
What is it?
Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with some respect.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that would really be necessary, Francisca.
Oh, really? Then it doesn't matter? It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
That Francisco is flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy? Cartatus and Edgeworth thought you were against murdering people. I mean, I don't want to give spoilers for other games, but... Francisca?
I was waiting to see if you were going to say more.
I was investigating the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess.
Ah, that's right. The Aligarasu is due to appear at that embassy as well.
Yes, but the difference is that we don't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Lang in charge of that case and came over to the Babalese embassy.
Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as a bodyguard for Ambassador Alba.
Alba?
However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So, the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl, I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu? Kay would never harm a soul, sir. Kay?
You remember, do you not? About the case we investigated together 7 years ago. That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
So she's that feisty little girl.
Kay had been on the trail of the Yetagrasu, which is how she ended up here, looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? Yatagarasu just keeps on drinking along.
How so?
Yatagarasu's in the car saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secrets. Don't tell anyone, or you'll be just another reject. Like, you know nobody can keep it, sir.
Yeah, I know.
You get it? Do you guys get it? It's a joke. No, it's fine.
But we all had this. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles.
Don't worry, everybody our age got it.
You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going to on the rap sheet.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto U really is the Yetagrasu.
You can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is.
Pastor Polano, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your own sake, for Mr. Cochin's as well.
You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating. Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these.
I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe.
Oh no, these are simply coupons we distribute to promote the ball. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal.
Remember, the Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry. Did we get something? No, we didn't actually give us anything. I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Cochin.
He was my secretary in the embassy secretariat, charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man, whose death is great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything, counting, printing, taking care of our national treasures.
Sorry, but did you say printing?
Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So, in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy.
I see. Please excuse my forwardness, however, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before.
Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in a KG-8 incident.
The KG-8 incident?
The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny.
Oh, give me a second.
Oh, okay. Just a moment. While we wait for inheritance, I'll give a quick reminder. We have 2 other streams this week. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, I know, rather late, we will be doing Mario Party Superstars with Shell Shock Prime. I believe Silverstone Condor will be there. And last person, we're not entirely sure. It might be another streamer, Mr. Redbeard, I think might be our 4th. It'll be at 9 p.m. and we're going to be doing the Spooky Land or whatever, Horror Land in Super Mario Party Superstars. There were 30 turns. And then Thursday at 5 p.m. we will be finishing up Oxenfree 2. It's not a long game. And I will announce what the following game will be after that. But yeah, so hope you're all doing well. Fortunate not be able to make Mario's. Yeah, I know that's way too late for you, Dark Data. It's unfortunate, but that's a lot of the streamers in the Digital Bonfire, the group that I'm in, tend to stream at 8 o'clock or later p.m. Eastern, and so that's the time that works for everybody. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Dark Data. The VODs will be up though, and it'll be on YouTube as well, hopefully within like a week or so. Yeah, if I had any control over that, I would make it earlier, but I unfortunately a lot of them that's just when their stream schedules are, and they Silver in particular works very late every day, and so they usually work till like sometimes 7 or later, sometimes 8, sometimes past 8. And Shellshock Prime, that's just when he streams. It is usually at 8 to midnight for him. I don't know much about Redbeard's stream schedule. Yeah, catch him in VODs today. Oh, well, thank you for watching them. I always appreciate that. I hope they've been entertaining at least. I know they're not quite the same level of interaction that you get from streams. Like, trust me, I know that. That's why I like streaming, and that's why I like watching streams more than I like watching videos, because I like the interaction. But it still counts for our views, if so it's still supporting us, and I hope it's still entertaining at least, even if we can't interact directly. Otherwise, I don't know this month if we're gonna have any other bonus streams, though we will have one of the Thursday streams will be moved to a Sunday. That'll be near the end of the month. That's already on the schedule though. So if you're in the Discord to see the schedule, that's currently what the schedule looks like. There's a small chance maybe somebody else in the Digital Bonfire will want to do something stream related or for October, but as far as I know, which day, or as I like to call it, Sunday. Yeah, so and I actually need to start thinking about what I'm going to be streaming come November. I haven't actively decided yet. I might do one of the ones that I did from the poll before. I have other stuff. I have a list of stuff. Coming back.
Oh. Getting those sucks.
Welcome back.
Oh, go ahead.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm just a little out of breath.
So
we can continue.
Yeah, you're mostly just listening to me right now anyways, because it's a conversation between Edgeworth and weird guy.
Palomino.
Paliento.
Pimento.
Pianta. So, you're Mr. Coach and is the same man as the one in that case.
It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job.
I almost read that as dove.
He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee the embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him. Dark Data to clean up Isle Delfino. Edward.
What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations?
We can't have our tourists and visitors to our embassy thinking we're a poor nation, can we? So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. It's just like Isle Delfino. Their economy is based on tourism. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us. Okay, bye. That's a shame, I guess. Looks like this was once a great-grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire. Oh, it was once a grand-grandfather clock.
It's a great-grandfather clock.
Why are you sniffling, Gumshoe?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir?
If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you'll be refrained from sharing, but...
Well, there's one clock.
That's quite enough, detective.
Wow, can you do it again?
There you go.
Yep. Okay.
Well, there's this one clock that I made by myself with the timer on it manages to auto.
That's quite enough, detective. His shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia.
American souvenirs?
Isn't that what it said?
It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babalese embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir?
Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and our tourism industry. They have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish, and they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose.
Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Baba, I can trade them in for a few buffets.
A few Jimmy buffets? Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Baba? What, it's all you can eat cheeseburgers?
It's oh, bonjour, je suis Jimmy Buffet. With my hits and go, Croissantville. Soupionville.
Someday I do want to try a Margaritaville. Just once, at least.
Well, the whole world is connected by the oceans, sir.
It's funny to me just for the diatribes that we go into to suddenly go back to like a vaguely tangential narrative is such whiplash. It's like, what did that have to do with anything we were talking about? I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
But and for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babel if I have to.
And if you use simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things. Also, the world isn't all connected by oceans. There are landlocked countries. Mr.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on display on this rack, sir.
Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
I guess the handles all got burnt off in the fire.
Oh, so even the knives fell victim to the fire.
Master Paliano, are those knives yours?
Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of the ball. Well, they were. These butterfly-themed knives, along with the Alabastone set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. One, Dark Data looks like one's missing, yeah. But I can't believe these Babalese ones have been reduced to this state.
Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release in the tang of this blade. Master Paliano, what is this notch here for?
Oh, that. It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them, so that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course.
See, so these knives are constructed so that the handles can be easily removed. Well, they were removed by fire, so maybe not that easily.
Hey, it's another butterfly.
I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Abal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism.
Well, I got patriotism. I've got a lot of patriotism, too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country.
You may want to, Detective, however I've yet to see the fruits of your desire.
You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir.
A small personal safe.
This was Mr. Coach's office.
Safe? It's a small office.
That's what it says.
I know!
I read the line correctly.
No, I was sassing her, not you.
Oh, I'm just so used to you sassing me about things. I immediately take it personally. I'm like, did I read it wrong? I thought I read it right. You've traumatized me. That's a trauma response.
It's okay, I'll just need to find your trauma cell and
Use
Destroy
an
the warden.
endoscopy. Yeah. Right. Perform an endoscopy on my trauma cell.
an endoscopy. What?
Oh, we're talking about 2 different game franchises.
Are there trauma cells in Trauma
The
Center?
Trauma Team, yeah.
I remember cells.
Right? Isn't it the the evil cancer that's like has a mind of its own, right? Aren't those trauma cells?
I don't think they're cells, but
So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
of course it's locked. It appears you won't be able to open it without the key. Okay, are you alright?
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't, and I promise to prove that we're listening to you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise for you to give up while you can.
Wait, can I not give up later? What does that mean?
What even does that mean?
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead. Go ahead and try that if you're that. Whoa.
Wow! Gumshoe, whose side are you on?
Go ahead and try it then! Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident.
Can't allow this to continue on this way. Must prove her innocence post-haste.
That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives this place mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Ooh, these are a staple in every Babalese house.
What?
How does he know what's a staple? Did he say if these are a staple, or he says that they are?
I think he's saying if they are.
Yeah.
If they are, then I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit too.
But how old are you again, detective? Not gonna answer. Oh, no, not yet. I thought I was examining the table. You.
Sorry, Interpol is still conducting its investigation past this point.
I'm a subordinate of Mrs. Van Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access?
My superior has clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get very angry at me.
You know, Mr. Andrew, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we just do as he says?
Yes, I suppose we might as well. Okay, now the nooks and crannies. Sure. There appears to be something in his pocket. Oh, never mind, he's just happy to see me. I think you missed the joke. This key can't be. Isn't this the Adagras's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
That, but that.
7 years ago. You mean that case where I was framed, sir?
Yes, it's a piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was then stolen by Callisto U.
What? Meredith was killed with this key, sir. I thought he was killing the naive.
Coffee! At the very least, try to remember the details of the crime you were a suspect in.
Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge.
I feel like the victim right now. All trampled on, sir.
Suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is...
The button, right, that you press, and then it clicks.
Here.
Ooh, that was amazing, sir. It was like some kind of magic trick.
I knew it. This is the exact same piece of evidence that Miss Yu took her with her. Remember this beautiful pattern on the blade.
Remember this as well. It's a vine mode. Blah blah blah
I've
blah.
never seen it, detective.
I just want to feel like I'm part of the conversation.
Well, what I was saying, what I was going to say, is that I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade.
Blind, sirs. It looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police marks in our IDs.
I really don't think you can call these stars. To say the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is why was the Babalese Embassy Secretariat holding this?
Well, we don't know how Mr. Cochin came to possess this key, We do know that it was stolen by the Anagrassi from the codependent embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday have written that fact down in his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Codependia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Palino about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Codopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
It's a knife wound.
It's obvious that he was killed with what he was killed with, but I wonder if it is consistent with the wound.
Indeed.
Manny Cochin. I've seen him before. He was a suspect in the KG-8 incident. I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Miss Callisto Yu. I wonder if there's a connection between his murder and the KG-8 incident. Is this knife the murder weapon?
The meme? Is this a murder weapon?
Is this consistent with the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted.
Oh, Sheena, you sound different.
This is how I normally speak.
Some preliminary. Whatever. I said what I said, and according to the results, the victim on that matches. The victim on that matches the blood. The blood on that matches the victim's blood. It's not even hot in this room today. I don't have any excuse. It's just a lapse of personal judgment. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound. That's why my streams on Thursdays, that's why I feel like I'm more eloquent, because I'm not reading a script functionally. So I don't feel like I'm goofing. Also, sneaky plug for my own streams on Thursdays.
Yep, Inheritance has started streaming on Thursdays.
Yeah, I do that now. It's fun. I'm streaming Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Yep.
That's your line, bro.
I suppose this means that we now... I didn't want to interrupt your plug.
Oh no, I can't.
I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife.
But yeah, go watch me on Thursdays. I'm over there.
The knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sirs?
That's a cool knife.
You should take it.
I would own a knife like that. That's a very cool knife.
I'll get you a knife like that. Blood on it and all.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
You just open it, it's just like covered in blood.
That'd be so sweet.
You'd be
That
like,
would be like-
whose blood is this? Don't worry about it.
That would be like giving Abigail an amethyst and her saying, wow, so tasty, or whatever she says. Like, that's like me. Like, you don't expect me to like love a bloody
Abigail?
ornate knife, but like from Stardew Valley,
Oh. Okay.
like she likes amethyst, but she like explains that she likes to eat them.
Does she?
Just because of the game, it's because of the game was programmed to handle like her liked gifts. Like, most of them are food based, but amethysts are in there too. So the fandom has like essentially co-opted it to be like that she eats amethyst. But the whole point being that it's like that would be me, because it's like an unexpected reaction to a gift you didn't think I would like. That's me. I would really enjoy this ornate bloody knife.
Dark Data said, this blood is in my possession, therefore it is my blood.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it works. If I own it, it's mine. Right? Is that not how ownership works?
Somebody just like sees like, Wait, whose blood is on that? Oh, it's mine. You're walking around with a knife with your blood on it? Yeah, it's my knife, my blood. But we DNA tested it. It doesn't line up with your DNA. Oh, I didn't say it came from me. It's just my blood.
My blood.
This thing practically screams, Artsy! At me too! Ugh. Well, although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing I said was artsy.
But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
I think it's everything. Maybe? Let me check. Okay, yeah, that's everything. I assume we need to combine logic now. We have several logic. If you have any thoughts, feel free to speak them. Motif and knife handle. I mean, motif and knife handle and butterfly ball,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The design on the knife's handle greatly resembles a special Babyliss species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right here.
This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime is found right in this room. Every time I see Babal, all I think is Babar, and for the 98% of you that don't know what that is, it's a cartoon elephant. That's a king! So, let's see. I don't see what that really meant anything, that we're like, oh, that belongs to the ball. Lock safe, can't be opened without key. Calling card, already secret. Why is Francisca returned? Did Francisca return because the dirtiest secret is the smuggling ring?
Perhaps.
Oh, Dark Data Room was Babar. That's not the only one in the world.
I know about Babar.
Are you just saying that, or
No, he's a little elephant boy.
little?
His
He,
parents are-
he king.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Babar was the son, and then he had a mom and dad that were royalty.
I mean, there's a time skip where he's an adult because I think his parents get killed or something. I mainly
Wow.
watched there's like a movie, but I know there's books too. I just mainly watched the movie. To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the
Oh
Eldrazi-
yeah, yeah. Babar is mostly an adult, but I think the one piece of media I saw with Babar was when he was a kid.
I think there's multiple flashback things, like me.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
I think in the present he's an adult, but he was once a child. And sometimes we see what he did as a child. Is it possible the dirty secret the Yatagrasu is out to steal is in this very room? Because I think if I remember correctly, I think he tells his kids stories about when he was a kid.
Maybe
Yes.
that's what it is.
Yeah, they're like, Babar, well, they'll call him Babar. They're like, Dad, tell us a story. Or they call him
Papa.
Father. Papa. And then he like tells them a story about a thing that happened when he was a kid. Is it possible dirty secret? Jaeger says stay in this very room.
Dirty secrets?
Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babylonis embassy, huh?
I mean, I think you're stepping on him right now.
The head of the smuggling operation.
Yeah, stop stepping on his head. I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth. I don't think we need to combine lock safe with anything right now. That's my guess. Okay? Do you concur?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you, Francisca? Talk to me. Whisper sweet somethings into my ear about smuggling. Francisca, when we were last talked, you said you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that.
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document.
It's only one page of the whole thing, and so we're not sure about other details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the kingdom of Codopia. Which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabas and Baba is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the smuggling ring.
That's Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has. I didn't want to do that. Okay. I don't know, do you show this to this guy? Oh no, he has something to say now.
Codopia.
Ambassador Paliano, I was wondering if I may ask you about Codopendia.
Canopia, alright. What would you like to talk about?
First, I'd like to ask you about this key.
What about this key?
Found it sticking out Mr. Coach's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is this correct?
Upon closer inspection, it seems this key is shaped like a butterfly.
That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife.
Oh! How fascinating!
Is it possible that the master didn't know about the existence of this key? I thought you said super top secret!
In its knife form, there is a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Canopia.
How did you come to that conclusion?
It has both of Canopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used the key back when at the embassy when we were still Canopia.
Ambassador Paliano, this key was stolen from the Codopian embassy 7 years ago. by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Grave Thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really?
You're not aware that Miss Yu had broken into this embassy at that time?
I'm sorry I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, you would probably know about what happened back then.
Mr. Kocha and Miss Yu knew each other 7 years ago. That doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu key here in the present. Just Edgeworth, stuff continues to exist from the past into the present.
But
Last time we learned about how
just solids.
How windows
and
work?
gases. Yeah.
now we need to teach you how time works. Okay. Well, that didn't really unlock anything, so let me actually still... I guess we'll show him the paper document. That's not very fun. There we go. Master Paliano is wondering if you may have some thoughts on this.
I think that you would know more about the case than I. Let me make it up to you for not knowing anything about that with these coupons.
Thank you, however I feel I must decline. Okay, what about the knife?
Oh dear, if people were to find out that a murder occurred at an embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It would be a disaster. What are we going to do?
Really does seem worried. Perhaps you refrain from bringing this up. Okay, what about other murder weapon? No. More coupons. Autograph? No. Oh. Do you have any ideas?
Oh, isn't that about our gray embassy? How do you like our pamphlets?
I feel indifferent about them, to be honest. I'm just using this as evidence.
Oh, that's too bad. In that case, I guess we'll just have to try harder to make more charming ones. I just had a flash of inspiration. We should make all of our pamphlets into coupon books.
The quotation of what a coupon can do is just a tad hyperinflated.
I feel like that would be like a good thing to put on a tourism pamphlet.
No, it's it to be in the coupon book. You want the pamphlet to be a coupon book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that would be like a really smart thing to make a pamphlet, a coupon book, because that gives them things they could do, and it gives them an incentive because it's discounted.
Does he have the legality to do that, though?
Depends, but like he could definitely like pick things that are like embassy managed, right? Like maybe if you have to like for a show at the embassy or something, you know what I mean? Like there's things.
But
you
it's
could
for the
do.
country. Stuff to do at the country.
Yeah, that too, right? Like I'm saying, like like realistically, the best case scenario is for them to organize themselves with like some major players in the country, and see if anybody would be willing to make some sort of deal where they get put on the pamphlet as publicity for a discount for their future customers.
Yeah.
Or if they can't manage that, then at least at the very least they could go to the embassy as a part of publicity stunt to get them to know about the country and then want to go.
Okay.
I think it's cool.
The statue resembles that hero, Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? Just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right?
I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was national treasure. Okay.
Like- Kind of an aside, but in that same vein, when I managed a board game store, I wanted to make our gift cards. Like I designed a couple of versions of them to be small little board games that you could play with a quarter. Like you could play with change. Like, and it was like fun, like, because it's like, that's like a pretty innovative like gift card, right? For a board game store to make the card a board game. I don't know, I thought it was neat.
You just make the card a small version of Settlers of Catan that's totally playable.
Something like that. I couldn't do that because I didn't own Settlers of Catan, but like, I designed my own board games for it.